Hello and welcome to another video. In today's video we're going to be deciding if we are ploughing snow or if we're cutting grass. Right, so overnight we've had over a foot of snow. We're snowed in here and the wind is howling, and we really need to do some snow ploughing with the HT20. Not really. We haven't had any snow. We don't have any snow, and we're not likely to get any snow. And worse than that, we've left it so long waiting to see if we can get some snow that our grass is well overdue a cut. The grass is quite wet today, which is okay because we need to do some maintenance on the tractor and the deck while this is drying. However, in some places it has gotten to over a foot tall. Now, at the end of last year we didn't do any maintenance, so now is the time. We don't need to do a full oil change because that is the only thing that we did last year. However, we will check the oil level, so we do need to go over it. And we're also going to be taking off the deck to do a service on that, and which this will be made easier by the deck trolley you may remember us making. Now, in a matter of seconds, we've got our deck trolley underneath, and I'll just lower the deck down onto it. There we go. Now we're going to disconnect it here and here, and then obviously the PTO shaft as well, and then we'll just pull it out. We've disconnected all the pins, and now just to slide it out. There we go, deck out. We've brushed over the top of the deck just to get all the loose debris off, and we've got quite a pile. But now what we need to do is turn the deck over, which I will need the assistance of my cameraman for. We've turned over the deck, ready to clean up a bit. As you can see, there's some grass on here, and then we'll sharpen the blades, which this is definitely the biggest bit of grass this year. That clump. We've cleaned up the underside now. Last year we did paint this side, and in most cases the paint is still there. We also took off all of the blades and cleaned them and sharpened them. So I'm now going to get my cameraman to help me turn that back over. We have the deck flipped back over now, and we checked the gearbox oil level, that's fine, and we got the grease gun out and greased up the spindles and the UJ. And while we got this out, I'll just grease up a couple of points on the tractor. Please ignore all the mess that's come off the deck. Moving on to the tractor service now. These Kohler twins run hot at the best of times, but one of the things that can make them run even hotter are bits of grass and grass cuttings getting stuck in the cooling vanes behind this panel. So what we do multiple times per year is take this panel off and then try and clear out all of the cooling vanes behind, which with all the bolts out, just have to lift this off at the bottom, and as you can see bit of a three-course meal down there. We've cleaned up all of the fins on there, and the other thing we did was torque up the head bolts. Now the grass coming off of those fins had some oil in, and we suspect that the crankshaft end oil seal might be on the way out on this tractor, so that might be a future job to do, possibly at the end of the grass cutting season. But now to just put this back on here, and then we can move on onto the other side. We're now onto the other side, which is slightly more difficult because you have to undo the exhaust bracket and slide it forward, but we've already done that. Now, because of how I'm going to have to lift this off, you'll be the first people to see how much mess is under here. Right, so we've got one last thing to do now. We are rushing through this a bit. We have done a few other things off camera, like checking the plugs, oil level, etc. However, what we're now going to check is the oil air filter, I should say, which often on these tractors you do get a lot of grass cuttings get stuck in the air filter, which it shouldn't be too bad since we did clean this up a bit a couple of weeks before we stopped grass cutting at the end of last year. But let's have a look. It's not as bad as we've seen it, but still quite a lot on there. We've cleaned up the base and the top. We've also washed the pre-filter and blown out the air filter, and we're ready to put everything back together now. Let's put that on there. The next thing we're going to do once I put this together is put the battery on charge, because that was a bit low. And then after that, we can go and get some lunch, and then after lunch we will put the deck back on and get ready for some grass cutting action. Now we're going to put the deck back on the tractor, and if you've got one of these tractors and deck for it, you really need to make one of these trolleys, as it makes it a whole lot easier. We have the deck fully mounted now, so we're ready to do some grass cutting, and the grass, it's not fully dry, but it's as dry as it's going to get today. So let's get going. see, but we've left a carpet of grass, so we're going to go up and down in the other direction to get rid of it. Got all of the grass cut now, and we've got a nice blue sky, which is rare. But now we'll head inside for meal time. We're inside in the warm now, even though it wasn't too cold outside, and the fire's not even going yet, which shows you how warm it is. But we've got 2 bits of post today, and I can see from the front here that they're both from people whose channels that we've started watching recently. One is from New York, the other from Connecticut, and yes, for the people that have watched my Workshop Wednesday videos, I've now learned that CT is Connecticut. And ironically, from looking at the stamp bit on the front here, I can see they were both posted on the same day. So, in no particular order, I'll open this one first. And my letter opener that I got sent in a previous mail opening video will come in very handy for this. Which I've learnt to use this a bit since the last video. People may have seen that I wasn't too good with it. However, I'm a lot better at using it now. Definitely beats the scissors. Now this one is from Mick at Mick's Workshop. And he has sent us some stickers. Now Mick does machining stuff on his channel, and I'd highly recommend you checking him out. On to the final one then. And this is from Henry Morolski. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Please do correct me if I have. And he's got some very cool looking stickers there. So please go check out his channel. Links to both these channels will be in the description of the video, so scroll down there and check them out. And we're really impressed by how cool looking these stickers are. So go to both of these guys' channels and watch their videos and comment that we sent you, and I'm sure they'll make you feel very welcome. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the sticker opening and watching us service the HT23 and do our first grass cut of the year. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.